everybody, and welcome to a Q for October 18th, 2014.
Yeah, my name is Jett.
I'm right over here.
Let's get this started.
So we talked about the public event.
That was about it.
Dates will come soon.
Yes. Now conventions.
Alright, so let's start off. The first one we talked about was Anime Milwaukee, which is the closest of the conventions that are on our, or at least on our given list for last week's meeting. And it's a fairly large convention, of course, obviously held in Milwaukee.
Really? I wouldn't have known. But it's really large. Parking might be an issue, except for Skip. I don't know how he does it.
If you talk to Skip, he will tell you where to go, and he'll probably just say it anyway in clubs. So you may not even need to ask him.
Exactly, and it's gonna be May 13th through 15th, Valentine's Day weekend. No one calls it that but me.
Get ready for speed dating.
Yes, 30 guys, 1 girl. Abby, I'm looking at you. Let's do this.
You'll at least get a boyfriend.
Next up, we have a club favorite of conventions, I guess. It's just Kitsune-Con. This time it's happening in Green Bay,
Wisconsin.
Wisconsin. I was about to say Milwaukee, which is the hometown.
Green Bay, Milwaukee,
which is the hometown of Philip, our secretary, and Sonia, our former president. It is going to be happening through March 20th through the 22nd. It's going to be a relatively small convention, fairly cheap, $25 last year, or $22 something.
Well, it was I don't remember exactly, but like we got, because I don't know what the group discount got for us, but they're really cool with discounts, and it's at most it's going to be $25 if we get the group discount, which is really kind of what we're really doing to go as a club anyway.
Exactly.
So
it's fun,
but sorry. In terms of hotels for this one, I don't know. We can't necessarily guess if they're going to be more or less expensive because while it is in Green Bay, it's not during the football season, so rates may be down. Nothing is really up in terms of hotel bidding that we know of, but if you have any kind of insight, not only will putting in the comments below help, but bringing it up at Tuesday's meeting because we know everybody watches this, but some people might not read the comments. You ever think about that? So if you know about how the hotel is doing that the convention is being held at, because it used to be held at Appleton, but the convention center / hotel that it was at before is being renovated to make it bigger for Kitsune-Con and probably other things, but still.
Yeah, it's mainly our fault because we went last year. It's all us.
I think that's a good fault, though.
Yes,
we are helping make Kitsune-Con bigger because it's a really cool convention because it's really small. The art gallery is really cool because there's not a ton of people. Of course, there's not a ton of them, but the ones that are there are really good.
Fun fact: I forgot the fun fact. So, anything else?
What was the fun fact?
Last time we went, I came out with a bloody mouth. The buffer room's amazing, by the way.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, that was. Thank you.
I don't know. I gave you that.
Yeah, it's this guy. This guy. This guy.
I can see the evil look you're giving me right now. And now it's a sad look. I don't know if they'll have the buffer room again, but they have that, and other conventions I know have that, but Kitsune-Con has it, which is awesome. Or at least they have things that are like the buffer room, which is just you fight each other with foam swords.
It's really awesome. I spent about 8 hours.
You get to be Kirito with his dual swords. Or you can get a long sword if you want to go a second half of the first season, but I don't know if you really want to do that. Anyway, the last convention we at least have a possibility of going to, or at least we were given an option of, which is ASEN or Anime Central.
Mm-hmm. One that's really close and dear to my heart because that's the first convention I went to. It's going to be happening through May 15th through the 17th in Chicago, Illinois. To others who don't know what that place is, where have you been living? It's Chicago, Illinois. It's where the Transformers destroyed 5 years ago.
Transformers.
Thank you, Michael Bay.
Never forget Rodimus Prime. Otherwise, then the pros, as according to our infallible president Nick, who we know is such and has no way of being wrong. It is the largest convention in the Midwest, so yes, that does make it bigger than Anime Milwaukee.
Yes.
Otherwise, yes, it's very big. A lot of big name voice actors go. and it has a ton of merch. And you have actually a story about voice actors that go there.
Yes, the year I went, I was in 9th grade. I had no idea what was going on. I went there, I looked at stuff, and I left. That year, Vic Mignon was there, and he had multiple panels I had never attended because I didn't know what panels were. And also because, as we have mentioned before, it is the biggest convention in the Midwest, it's going to be hella expensive. So,
and large.
That too. Think if we go as a group, we'll get a discount, but other than that, it's going to be kind of really expensive. And also, we won't. Be sure not to expect an actual room in the actual hotel where it'll be taking place in.
Right.
It'll be probably booked for it.
Now, granted, that doesn't mean that we're going to have to book at the 1-star motel that has cockroaches living underneath the cash register.
But those are my favorite.
I know, right? But you will be able to at least get a hotel somewhere else. It's just either driving/walking in Chicago is its own obstacle.
Yeah.
Especially the driving part.
Yeah.
Although the walking part can be, but that's where it'll be important to walk in groups. Oh, we did talk about the t-shirt contest. Basically, it was just an announcement, but just so you know, what you're going to be putting up, we're going to keep the logo that we already have, which is on this YouTube channel.
Oh, right here.
The only thing that we'll ever really do is probably reorganize where the words are. Luckily, your face is covered up from the faces you're making, or I might just take it off because I want to spite you. Anyway, we are going to keep the logo, but we're going to change it. We're going to, of course, get new designs. So where they'll be placed on the shirt, all the specific stuff is up in the air, but what we're at least giving you now is the time to do it. But you are limited to 2 colors. However, do remember that you can be creative, and black and white are not colors. You get 2 actual colors, and then black and white if you want to use them.
So yeah, just keep that in mind, and if you have any
Submissions.
Again, yeah, if you have any submissions, you know where to go. I would recommend this, in this case, to send it to Philip first before you send it to Nick. Now, with all that said, we move on to
Super Ultra Mega Anime News Turbo Extreme!
Now, a special shout out from my friend Red here.
Many of you probably don't know. Many of you probably don't care. But I care. And your president cares. And maybe someone else in China. But Kuroko's Basketball, or Kuroko no Basket, or Kuroko no Basuke, whatever way you want to pronounce the title, is getting a 3DS game. As it was announced, there's no release date or anything like that. And there's really no information whatsoever apart from what was announced in Jump. I'm guessing it's Shonen Jump. They just, in the article, they only labeled it as Jump, but I'm guessing it's Shonen Jump.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, very likely. But it was just announced. There is no date. There's no confirmation that would be coming to North America. But God, I hope it does.
Yes. On that note, where's Durarara Season 2?
Actually, no. It's coming out in January.
I can't wait.
Get ready for Durarara X2.
In other news, other Japanese news that goes more into anime and manga.
Yes.
No
Animu and Mango are all relevant news topics for the show.
Yes, we've covered them. So the Japanese government's doing a thing. They created the Manga Anime Guardians project, which is actually a cross. Here, let me just bring this up here. See, shout out to Baby Link or Toon Link. The cross-industry anti-piracy measures for anime and manga, which is established in July. It's launched a new campaign that's called Join Us Friends, that every time someone clicks join on the Facebook page, I believe, yes, on Facebook, Twitter, or Google+, or...
Everybody's using Google+.
Of course, it's definitely like the best thing ever. And every time about 100,000 people press join, a new famous character from a famous anime or manga, or both, because...
Well, most of the ones that are shown now are all anime.
So yeah, the picture will be on there, the promotional art they have out right now, and it's a really cool thing that they're doing to stop anti-piracy. We all know it's happening, and yeah.
Well, one of the things that we always kind of had thought about, which was that, when people claim, if I a lot of the reasons I don't get a manga is because I don't always want to spend the money on a manga or like the book, and then people will just say, well, you can read it online. It's like, yeah, you realize that's not really legal, right?
Right, and also, come on, you gotta support the people, or else they're not gonna make anything more. If you love the thing that they make, it's only natural to help them continue making more stuff. So throw your money at them. To many people, they don't know this, but many of the people who actually write and draw these manga or anime, who produce these, they don't make that much money. It takes a lot of money just to make either an episode or a series. So, yeah, any support for them would be great.
Yeah, you should always do it.
Do it. The more you know.
We're not saying, yes, the more you know.
I think that's about it.
So yeah, that was about it for everything. It was just going to give you this special note. We got real deep at the end of this episode, but
Yes, we did.
I'm Red,
I'm Jett.
and you should subscribe to him.
You should subscribe to him.
And we'll see you next week,
Yes.
probably.
Hopefully.
Bye.
I have to be awake, right?
Yes, you need to be awake.
God damn it. Alright. Ta-ta.
All right, it's over.